Hey guys, I'm live and I am alive. So this is just an update for those of you interested. If I made it out, which I did, I had to meet up with an eBay buyer today, and I was live with Beck and Traci last night on Traci's channel, Uniquely Me, and I had mentioned that I was going to meet up with a person at the food bank um, to exchange ornaments for money. Um, it was eBay made it kind of a complicated situation because I wanted to be legit and go through eBay and everything, but they kind of just really made it difficult. So anyway, I'm talking to the guy. The guy didn't give off weird vibes at all. That's why I did this, because he said he actually worked at the food bank. He wasn't like, you know, hanging out in the parking lot or anything. Um, I did have to like drive out there, but the reason I did that is because he said that there was, a lobby and cameras, so that it sounded legit enough, and I knew exactly where that was. He said it was on like a certain street, and I was like, okay, yeah. And so I went there today at about 12 and met up. I went in the lobby, and the receptionist was like, "Hey, are you here to see Jason?" And I was like, "Yes, that's exactly what I'm here for." And so they knew right off the bat that I would be there. I had to be there like after the guys' meeting and before the next meeting. So uh, I was in the lobby and I waited maybe a few minutes. The guy came out to the lobby and he gave me 40 bucks for the rest of the ornaments because I told him, I was like, you already paid basically almost $30 for just one ornament, because he paid for like the ornament, the shipping, and the tax. And I'm like, I'm not gonna force you to pay $20 per the other ornament. I was just like, just give me 30 and we'll say 60, call it even. And yes, I'm alive. Um, so I said, let's just call it even, give me 30. He was like, you know what, here's 40. So technically I've made like, take out eBay fees after the one that he bought on eBay. Probably I've made $65 for four ornaments, and I paid 25 cents an ornament. So I was really willing to give the guy a deal. I wasn't worried about getting top dollar. I think you can get pretty good money for Danbury mint, but I just put out $20 just to put that number out there, and I had no really good comps on these specific ornaments, so I just wasn't sure. And the guy had messaged me saying, "Hey, would you be willing to meet locally?" And the reason he wanted that is because he was scared that they would get broken in shipping, but I really don't think that would happen. They are glass ornaments, but I mean, I'm not saying I've never broken anything before, but these were so small, and I could have easily packed them really, really well inside of a small box, and they would have been fine. I could have even put them all in one listing and charged him. I don't even think it would have been priority shipping. So it could have been really easy, but just several factors made it really difficult. So, but yeah, once I got there, I asked the guy, like, hey, can you just say, like, you're buying locally and that you're just giving me the money here, I guess. Because that's what I put in the listing. I specifically put on the rest of the listings that the person would be meeting up with me and that he would be giving me the money then. I put that on the listing. I made a separate business policy and everything, so I could just pick that. And he was like, I can't do it, and I will show you that I can't do it. Yeah. Yes, I did survive. So I I will show you that I cannot do that on the listing. So the guy actually took me back to his office, and he's on the computer. Hey, Jennifer. Um, he's on the computer, and he's showing me, like, I'm trying to press local pickup, and it's forcing me to, like, pay, like, the taxes and, like, everything straight up here. I was like, I'm just afraid that eBay will suspend my account because they will find out via the messages, which they do go through, and they're going to say, hey, obviously you sold these outside of our platform. That's what I was afraid of. So I don't know if that will happen. The guy was like, no, 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 that won't happen. And he was like talking a mile a minute. I'm almost like, you know, the guy was super, super nice. I'm like, is this guy on something? I don't really think he was, but man, the guy could talk. But yeah, so it was a safe transaction. The guy was just like, I can't do it, and it's not letting me. So I said, you know what? I'll just deal with it. So I put that I shipped the one ornament, and so that says shipped on it. The other ornaments I just took down. He even like tried to buy one on site, and it went through, and I was like, you know what? I'll just cancel that one. So that one's canceled out, and I canceled the other two. So we'll see what happens with eBay. I'm hoping I don't get suspended permanently or anything. The worst case scenario I think I've heard about this is that people have been restricted for like 7 days and they just couldn't list. If that happened, that's not really a big deal. I mean, it doesn't look good on your account, but it's fine. But yeah, that's all that happened, and so I got $40 in cash and some money through PayPal, and that's it. So yeah, the only other thing that has happened today is I ended up getting a thermal printer label. It's a brother in, okay, got it right here. I got one of these, which I'm really excited about. I did not pay for this. Okay, so this is kind of a fun story. I think I told my husband at one point that I wanted one of these, and I guess he actually listened because he must have told his mom. I don't know, but I don't know how she knew, but all of a sudden my mother-in-law is like bugging me like, hey, there's this printer that you want. I want to get it for you. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just right. So I'm like, but mother-in-law, the printer that I want is $300. I don't want you to buy that for me. I will eventually get it for myself. It's not a big deal. I don't want you to buy this for me. She's like, no, 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 it's a wedding present. And I'm like, we got married like 2 years ago. You don't need to get us a wedding present. Like, it's what? She was insisting and insisting, and I kind of just like hoped she would drop it, and she just kept going with it. And she was like, so I'm not buying it. Blake's Uncle Jim is buying it for you guys. And I'm like, but Blake can't eat. Blake isn't going to enjoy this. Why would you get this for us? Like, that's weird, you know? Like, so she was like, Uncle Jim is rich and he will get it for you guys. Like, don't even worry about it. Just tell me what model it is. So I told her what model like 2 days ago, and it came in today, and I've already hooked it up and everything. I haven't actually printed an eBay label with it, but I did a test print and it worked great. It took like 10 minutes to do, so printer as a wedding gift would be a first. Yeah, I know, it's so, my mother-in-law is, yeah, I love her, but it was a very odd thing to do, and I still have no idea how she even knew, but I just imagine Blake at one point was like, yeah, she wants this printer. And so she was like, what printer does she want? But I don't want someone to buy me a $300 printer. Hi, Gary. So yeah, I'm not going to go very long here. I'll just go maybe another 5 minutes, but I just wanted to share with everyone how that weird eBay thing went. I'm really like kind of, okay, I will not do the whole eBay meetup thing again. I think in the future I would just be like, hey, look me up, look the item up on personplace.com at their store and look for it there, and then we can go from, you know, do code words or something, because eBay made it a pain in the ass to meet up with other people and actually show proof that they got it and all that. So I'm just not doing it again. And lately, local sales for me have been either a bust or just awkward and scary. And I'm a small person, and I don't usually have anyone to go with me because it just always ends up on a time when no one else can go with me. So, hey, Lobster, I'm about to leave out of here. Just telling everybody I made it, and I live to see another day. All right, well, Candy Corn Apocalypse, it's good to see you. I miss your Halloween, like your flea market finds. I don't think you've had any for a while, probably because of coronavirus stuff. But yeah. Um, anyway, I'm glad to see you all. You know, it sucks that like I went live just like this, but someone had messaged me a little while ago just making sure I was okay, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna let everyone know, because I know several people last night were like, this is flaky, don't do this, don't go by yourself. And I was like, you know what, I'm not getting a weird vibe from the guy. It just sounds weird, like meeting up at the food bank, you know. It just sounds like a weird thing, you know. No, Hannibal Lecter, not today, my friends. I try to be careful when I meet up with people, but you can only be so careful. I mean, yeah, nothing else to report, so I'm going to head out and let you guys go about your day. I appreciate you stopping by, and virus silent. Yeah, and you know, I'm not finding. I haven't. I'm always out looking for vintage Halloween, of course, but the only things I've found were like new Halloween stuff, and so I really haven't found that much of it this year at all. I would love to have like a huge like vintage Halloween haul, like I did a couple years ago, but I'm just not finding it like I was a couple years ago. So yeah, see you guys later, and thanks for stopping by.